It is back to school time for students all across the valley. Before long, they'll be bringing home projects, homework, and probably some germs as well. It's not uncommon for kids to get sick as they head back to the classroom, but what can us parents do to keep our little ones healthy, keep them from missing school too much, spreading those germs at home? Here with some tips is 21 News health expert Dr. Jill Haltigan with Mercy Health. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy back to school season for all of us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, so what are some of the most common illnesses that go around when the kids go back to class?
Yeah, we see all the common viruses. So we think of those respiratory viruses. Kids always get a cough this time of year, it seems. We'll also see some of the GI bugs if those seem to be circulating. Certainly our kids can get exposed to those. Pink eye tends to be common when kids go back to school as well. So those are probably the main ones that we tend to see. And there's not a million things we can do to prevent them. Some of it is just inevitable when kids all get back together, but there are a few things that parents can hopefully hone in on and help their kids stay healthy this fall.
Yeah, the younger ones especially might have a harder time understanding how germs spread. So what are your top tips?
Yeah, the best things that we can do is really just emphasize hygiene to them. They're going to be exposed to these things when they're around other kids, no matter how good we do as parents. There's always someone who sort of makes it through. We don't realize something's wrong until they've maybe passed it along to a few other people. If we can teach them really, really good hand hygiene, so washing their hands after they eat, before and after they eat, after they do anything outside where they're going to be in some dirt, that kind of stuff, and after they are in high traffic areas, whether that be at home or in the hallways at school. So maybe sending your kids with a little bit of alcohol sanitizer, something like that can be very helpful if they don't always have access to a bathroom. And then if they do develop symptoms, a cough, anything like that, where it's still appropriate to send them to school, teaching them to be smart about, really coughing in your elbow so that you're not exposing other kids to any of the droplets that kind of come out. And then of course, if there's a fever, diarrhea, those types of things, schools will give more guidance on this too, but those are really reasons to keep your kids at home until they're better, cleared by a doctor to go back amongst their peers.
Absolutely. Yeah. Are there any vitamins we can give them to maybe boost their immune system? Do those do a lot of, helping them move along and maybe prevent getting sick?
Yeah, the best things that we can do for our kids is just a really healthy, diverse diet. So lots of healthy, nutritious fruits and vegetables. Certainly your specific child's pediatrician can recommend specific vitamins if they might need them. Most kids, though, thankfully, if they just get plenty of fruits and vegetables, are going to be good. And the other big thing that we sometimes maybe don't realize is just giving them time to play outdoors, letting them decompress from some of that stress. That can really help their immune system stay strong. And then getting plenty of sleep, too. So cutting off the screens and plenty of time before bed so that they get to bed on time, can fall asleep and get hopefully a good, decent night's sleep. That's a difficult transition going from summer back to school. So it takes maybe a week to sort of sort itself out, but getting good sleep is the number one thing I think we can do to keep our immune system strong and help our kids as they go back.
Absolutely. It's probably hard for them to get into that routine. What would be your advice for parents this week? I think some of them, maybe they jump right up. Other ones, this is going to be tough to get to the bus and have that sleep schedule.
Yeah, if your kids haven't gone back to school yet, now is the time to sort of start, 10 minutes every day, bringing that bedtime up and getting them up a little bit earlier. My kids went back today and it was a little difficult. That's okay. So the best thing I think we can do for those of us who are already back in is keep it consistent. So even this weekend, you might be tempted to let your kids stay up a little bit later on Friday and Saturday night until that routine is really set. I think keeping it consistent is going to be your best bet. And then to promote sleep earlier, really cutting the screens off about an hour before bedtime and not eating too late as well. I know some kids like to have a snack late at night, but that can certainly disrupt our sleep and kind of prevent us from falling asleep on time.
Got it. Great advice as always. And all of us are getting our soaps ready at home. I got that antibacterial kind. Makes a difference. So definitely have that routine. Great advice as always, Dr. Haltigan. Thank you.
Yeah.